Welcome to the GCN Show.
Welcome to the GCN Show!
Coming up, loads more action from the Tour de France and also the women's Thuringen Rundfahrt.
Yeah, we'll announce the winner of last week's Garmin competition, and we have a whole new competition for you this week. Win a pair of Fizik shoes.
Plus all of our usual fantastic features, tech, comment, caption and a tweet from Dom.
Okay, it's time to announce the winner of last week's competition. So the person who's got a Garmin Verb and Edge Touring is...
Drumroll please. Keith Abbey! Well done, Keith Abbey. They'll be sent to you very, very shortly.
Yeah, now this week's competition is to win a pair of Fizik R3B shoes, as worn by us. Although, not right now actually.
Not right now.
On the bike.
No,
No,
just
on
out
bike
riding.
shoes. There are actually two pairs to win, so you can win one of two pairs, and there are therefore two ways to enter. So, here's how.
Yeah, the first way is the usual one. That is to head over to our Facebook competition page, a link to which you can find in the description below this video, and answer this question. What is the closure system used on the Fizik R3B shoes? Once again, do not
that's a
leave
hard
your
one.
answers in the comment section below this video. Make sure that you do head over to that Facebook link.
Yeah, and there's a second way you can win. The second way is head over to the Fizik Facebook page, a link of which is in the description below, and answer this question. What is the sole of the R3B made of? Answers on a postcard. No, don't put them on a postcard.
No.
Do what we just said
man,
before.
now you've done
Do what we
it,
said
man.
before. It'd be easier. Otherwise it'd just take ages.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay. Race leader Chris Froome has again had the validity of his performances called into question by certain areas of the press and on social media following his win on stage 10, leading him to announce that he'd happily undergo testing outside of what he's obliged to do within the confines of the UCI and WADA, including some sort of physiological testing.
The attacks, however, weren't just confined to social media and indeed the press room. Froome stated after stage 14 that during the stage, a roadside spectator had thrown urine over him, and Team Sky themselves have said that their rider has been verbally abused, and Richie Port said that he'd also been punched.
Yeah, this has actually led Team Sky to take some pretty unprecedented steps. They had up to 6 policemen guarding the bus as the riders were warming up before the stages have started. Now, we've actually been wondering though exactly what it takes to make someone wee into a cup and then throw it at another person. Because in my book, that's pretty weird.
And in mine as well.
Yeah. Dan, your book?
We've all weed into cups, haven't we? But not thrown it afterwards. It's gone off for testing.
Yeah, good point, yeah. So, anyway, we did think that was a little bit on the strange side. So we've actually contacted a psychiatrist to find out whether or not there is anything more sinister going on here. Dr. Johan van Bie, thank you very much for joining us. Can you shed any light on these recent events?
Well, the throwing of the excrement is one of the very first signs of psychopathy, and statistically speaking, 1% of the general populace suffers from psychopathy. So, of course, it's only natural for the Tour de France to encounter many thousands of people on its 3,000-kilometer journey.
Well, yes, that is true actually. Very insightful comments, thank you very much.
Toxic, pervasive, polemic aside, chaps, what have been your highlights of the second week of the
That
tour?
certainly flowed off your tongue nicely.
This week?
For me, it's got to be stage 14, Steve's win. I mean, those two French guys, I didn't see that coming.
Yay!
Jokes aside, Steve's a really nice bloke.
He is,
You know,
he
I've
is.
known him from previous years racing with him. But the fact that he also rides
Was he on
for
Smello
NTN
Test team?
He wasn't, no, I just
Oh.
sort of knew him in the peloton.
Oh.
Also rides for NTN Quebec, who are a fantastic charity as well. I just thought it was a really good, feel-good story of the race.
So, what about you, Si?
I tell you what, my hero of the week is Jean-Christophe Perrault. So he obviously had that really, really nasty crash on what looked like that kind of cheese grater tarmac. But he picked himself up, regained contact with the bunch, and how cool is this? On his way back past his team car, he picked up a load of bottles to give to his teammates. That's class.
That's consummate pro all the way through.
What about yourself, man?
It has to be, I think, the consistency of Peter Sagan. In the green jersey, of course. He's finished on second place 4 times. He's finished third twice and he's finished 4th on 3 separate occasions. I think I might have got that right.
Yeah.
Fist bumps all around. Nice work.
I too.
Hashtag,
I don't do fist bumps.
hashtag stats. But yeah, he's in the green jersey, about 34 points ahead of Andre Greipel at the time of recording this particular video. And just, yeah, remarkable consistency. And his acceleration in the last 300 metres, I mean, he hasn't been particularly well placed, but he's one of the fastest around, even in the flat-out sprints, with no lead-out train.
What do you think about his hair?
Astonishing. Imagine if he got that cut.
Because that is it's pushing the boundaries.
It's pushing the boundaries, it definitely is.
Presumably Tinkoff is going to have words soon.
Possibly.
Time now for Caption Competition. And last week's photo was this one of Cy running in his cleats up the Tourmalet behind some sheep. Special mention has to go to Paul Hatcher, we really liked yours, but the winner is Alexander Scrutton, who said, "Looks like Cy finally got himself into a relationship."
That is a cracker, actually.
Very good. Get in touch with us, message us on Facebook with your address, and we shall send some GCN swag to you straight away.
There was lots of mega lols earlier on, wasn't there?
Yeah, there were, yeah. I didn't get that far into the relationship, but anyway, never mind. This week's, it's true. This week's caption photo is this one. That's quite good, isn't it? Matt, do you want to get us started?
Well, kind of. It's the only way I get up to Matt's lead-out speed and stay upright. Got a brand new feature, especially for this week's show, tour shorts. The first tour shorts, Rowan Dennis's shorts.
Yeah.
Just black.
Why is Rowan Dennis wearing different shorts to everyone else on his team?
Yeah, more shorts now. Jean-Christophe Perrault's lack of shorts after that crash. It wasn't just skin he lost, but also some lycra, and that was...
And plenty of dignity.
Quite revealing.
What about Zach Dempster's shorts? Or rather his short skin interface. Poor old Demmers. Been having a bit of problem in the old undercarriage department. Had to ride a whole Pyrenean stage out the saddle, and then, well, he had to climb off the next day.
Sorry about to hear that, Dennis. Best of luck, mate. And that's not the end of tour shorts. Although it's not shorts related, it's got more medium length pieces to talk about, really. First up, mechanical doping. Argentinian Eduardo Sepulveda of Bretagne Sèche Environnement got in a team car on the finish hill of one of the stages that's just gone. Can't remember the name of the stage. 11% gradient, AG2R, or AG2R for our English-speaking viewers.
Thanks, mate.
His chain snapped, got in the car, got taken 100 metres up the climb to where his spare bike was, later got disqualified. He was spotted by one of the commissars and later admitted, yep, it was in the rules, and fell on his sword on Twitter.
Not really short, that tour short, was it?
That was kind of
anyway,
actually
next
kind of
one
medium,
is
wasn't
that
it?
a second sports director has been given a one-stage ban by the organisers of the race. This time it's Sean Yates. Now, there was a motorbike camera that got in the way of the team car and Pete Sagan, who needed a new bike for the end of the stage. And so as a present, the mechanic then threw a full bead on at the motorbike camera, and Yates got a one-stage ban.
I heard that Sean Yates tried to intervene, but he couldn't undo his seatbelt.
Yeah. Ooh, that's harsh, isn't it?
Yeah,
We've got one more, haven't we? One more.
Greg Van Avermaet has left the Tour de France in order to go home and be with his wife as she gives birth, which is quite a cool reason to leave the Tour de France, I guess, especially with a stage win.
That was obviously planned 9 months ago, wasn't it?
And one more too. Ivan Basso has successfully been operated on in Italy, so he'll be back at the back end of the season. Good luck, Ivan.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hot on the heels of the women's Giro Rosa came the Thuringen Rundfahrt in Germany. And actually, the 7-day race continues as we record this.
Yeah, Lisa Brennauer of Velocio SRAM appears to have maintained the form that saw her win the Aviva Women's Tour back in June. And she took the opening road stage and the individual time trial and leads after stage 3 by 16 seconds.
Meanwhile, stage 2 was won by Eugenia Buyak, and then also stage 3B was won by Gracie Elvin of Orica Green Edge, and she took that one solo. Nice work.
Comment, open bracket S, close bracket, of the week. First up, Christopher Baldwin, not the Astana press officer, or it could be, you never know.
It might well be, mate.
Chris said, bike fits are the best way to get justification for why you sucked last season.
I'm actually thinking of getting a bike fit.
So am I.
Yeah.
I think you might need more than that, mate, to justify it. Anyway, this one caught my attention. James Nicholas, who said, while I agree that cyclists are definitely hardcore, which we are.
Definitely.
Wayne Buck Shelford once got his scrotum ripped open during a rugby match. He got it sewn up on the side of the pitch and then went back on to finish.
That is pretty
hardcore.
hard.
Slash mental.
It's up there with JC Perrault, isn't it? Basically, that's just.
I think it might.
It might have trumped it.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's just unbelievable.
Anyway, Great comment here by Pac Custy underneath Team Sky Kitchen Bus Tour. Pac says, I knew they had a big budget, but the fact that they can afford a whole tub of goji berries really hammers that home more than their armada of vehicles. Good comment.
True that. Yeah. And actually another comment from underneath the exact same video comes from Ronan Pandit, who said, Dan is married. I didn't know he could talk to girls. I thought he could only flirt with his own reflection. Chapeau, Dan.
I thought that was true as well, to be honest with you.
I don't know, we've got
Ronan
evidence
Pandit.
of Dan trying to flirt with Chris Froome, haven't we?
Oh, there is that, yeah.
Now, there have been rumours for a long time about a new electronic group set coming from FSA. Yes, now if you didn't hear those rumours, then that will probably come as quite a surprise. But we have our first sighting of it. Mr. Tom Last, our man on the ground at the tour, this week at least, has taken a bit of a sneak peek at it.
It's only for the prototype.
It's work lasting.
Indeed.
Anyway, how about this for some tech away from racing? This is the new Loomis cycling helmet. Now it's got integrated front and rear lights. Not only that, it's also got an integrated brake light and integrated indicator lights
Impressive
as well.
stuff.
Now the company has easily overshot the $125,000 target which they had for fundraising, and that should mean that we'll see it hit the streets very soon.
I think we certainly should, with all those lights on and stuff.
Yeah.
But hopefully it doesn't literally hit the streets as well.
No,
that's
hopefully
true.
not.
But I think-
I'm sure one of them will, or two.
Possibly, but yeah, arguably the most exciting helmet I've seen in many a year.
Coming up on the channel this week, well on Wednesday we're going to show you how to corner like a pro. Then what comes next? Well, you want to drop your outside crank to the bottom of the pedal stroke as you go through the corner and make sure that the majority of your body weight is going through that foot. This will not only increase the amount of clearance that you've got on your inside pedal so that you don't clip it on the ground, but it will also help your bike get that extra bit of grip. And to further find the most traction, you can also put your hands onto the drops. This will lower your centre of gravity. Then on Thursday, a double whammy. So firstly, top 10 random rules of the Tour de France, and then after that, top 10 villains of the Tour de France.
Crikey. It's going to be a good day. Now, as well as our usual content, don't forget we have loads of stuff coming at you from the Tour de France, such as the MTN Quebec Team Bus Tour. It's going to be a good one. Load more tech, load more bikes.
And,
Lots of stuff coming up.
and this time next week, it's the show.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
What's
Well
happened to the
remembered.
presenter race?
Have you withdrawn your legal challenge yet?
No, it's still, is that, it's
I think that's the hold up.
Yeah.
I think we're waiting for the
It could take some
court for
time.
arbitration in sport.
I think it's how long's a piece of string that's quite long.
Yeah. It'll be with you soon. Man, is it worth the wait.
I'm here to win.
I've seen a rough edit, I've seen the rushes, it's astonishing.
That could
We
be
were
our
there.
most
We
hunted
were
Oh,
actually there.
we were in it, weren't we?
We
Yeah,
were
I
in
forgot
it,
about
yeah.
that. It was so long ago, I forgot they were actually in it, but yeah, it could be good.
I can't wait to reminisce.
All this food must be costing you something.
There is no price on winning.
Cheers, Dom. Well, Dom has chosen a tweet from the Giro d'Italia accompanied by a picture of Fabio Aru looking somewhat distressed, dejected and very tired, accompanied
Dishevelled.
with this, indeed dishevelled, very good. It's Monday, we know how you feel. Smiley face, or, for those Italian speakers amongst you, e lundi sappiamo come vi sentite.
Doesn't know how to pick out a good tweet, doesn't he, Dom?
He does, certainly
and you
does.
can actually follow him on Twitter yourselves. It is Dom_Estique GCN.
Yeah, and apologies for his absence. He texted me earlier on, he lost his phone while celebrating Villemos's win in his special box of cheese the other day.
He was celebrating his win in a box of cheese.
I think he dropped his phone into his celebratory
I was
box
gonna
of
say, 'cause
cheese.
that's a big box of cheese if you can celebrate.
He has got
key
a big box
moments.
of cheese, I've seen it.
Right then, time for Extreme
Corner.
Now, you may have seen our video on our disc brakes ready for the Tour de France, where we took things, well, to extremes. Check this out if you didn't. This is what happens when a chorizo sausage meets your back wheel.
As long as it's not a disc.
So, are disc brakes any more dangerous than spokes?
Ouch.
Now, that was just a snapshot of an otherwise pretty good video, if we say so ourselves. If you want to see the whole thing, then you can get to it by clicking just up there.
Yeah, and we've actually put all of our Tour de France content into one playlist, and you can begin watching that by clicking just down there.
Now, for the first time ever, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to GCN by clicking on something that doesn't actually exist.
Whoa.
So, click on Simon's socks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They
Actually.
don't exist.
That's going to be
He's
pretty
not
hard.
wearing any socks on this show.
We're going to sacrifice quite a lot of subscribers to that because people are going to be so confused. Not only about why am I not wearing socks, but also where to click.
Have you not got any of those tiny little kind of mini socks underneath so your feet don't
No,
get smelly?
totally commando.
How come you haven't shaved your legs?
Well, so I've got hamster pants and hamster socks.
But the rest shaved.
The rest is shaved, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have like, you know, like bald ankles.